Hi, this is Sunmashi, and this is a suggested pick a card reading on how do they feel about me. So go ahead and choose a crystal for readings 1, 2, or 3, and you can check the timestamp below um, to click on whichever one you want to listen to. So reading 1 is Raw Rose Quartz. Reading number 2 is the amethyst crystal. This is, I think it's called the raw amethyst cluster. And then reading number 3, I believe this is a clear rock quartz um, obelisk, something like that. Sorry, I'm not 100% clear on that one. But yeah, go ahead and click the timestamp, and that's where the readings will start. Thank you all for being here, and the support is incredible. This channel has grown immensely, and so I'm eternally grateful to all of you guys that I've met. Friendship and this type of support, when I don't know, I'm just really happy about everything, and I'm in shock that this all happened. Truly, I really didn't think this was all gonna happen. So I'm eternally grateful for this channel and for all the friends, soul family that I've met here. I love you all so much. For any of you who are new to the channel, welcome. And welcome back. If any of you guys would like to receive a personal reading, you can email me at sunsunmushy@gmail.com, and you can check the description below for details on that. You can also leave in the comments or email me like a suggested pick a card reading, and I'd love to see what your suggestion is. I try to get to most of them, if not all of them. So yeah, those are all my messages. So we're gonna get started with reading number 1. So for those of you who chose reading number 1, the raw rose quartz, we're gonna look into a few situations. We're gonna look into how you're feeling about them, how they are feeling about you, and overall like advice for both of you. And the reason I'm doing this is just to kind of like help you guys see if the reading is resonating with you more or not. So how you feel about them is the 3 of Cups. Maybe you feel like they'd be really fun to hang out with. They're the life of the party. You feel very comfortable when you are in their presence, and you feel like very welcome when the two of you are together, or if you go out with friends or something like that. If you're in separation or if you're together, it doesn't matter. The energy I'm getting is that how you feel about them is very welcome, and that you would have a lot of fun when you are in communication and together. How they feel about you, yeah, it's interesting. We got the 3 of Cups. So you're in a very, so I see this is connected, and how they feel about you is the 3 of Swords. So this is how you feel about each other. This is already just connected energy. You both feel that way, and I'm seeing that you're both feeling heartache and separation. And if there's not separation between you and this person right now, then if anything, this is just past issues that you are both feeling. You're both healing from the past. It doesn't have to come to the connection specifically. Like, this pain from the past is always from the past, At this point, the person you're feeling about is a new person, So even if this is them who put the swords into your heart, I'm just seeing these swords put into your heart are still energies that come from past events, outside of this connection, and that pretty much in the present, this energy is very balanced in the sense that it may hurt, like the separation. Like at this point, I feel like this heartache is just coming from separation. So chances are, those of you who chose reading number 1, you're in separation from this person, or if you're in communication, you are hurting from certain thoughts or certain words or actions from this person, and vice versa. So more of how you're feeling about them is the 4 of Wands. You do feel very welcome once again. I feel like how you feel about them is encouraged. You feel like you've grown a lot and you've been learning a lot just by knowing this connection, that energetically they support you to move forward with your life and to go towards celebration and harmony. I feel like this is you wanting to come together. So you want to come together. That's how you feel about this person. How they feel about you, it is the same. The Two of Wands, it takes two sets of Two of Wands to create the Four of Wands, the union. And it landed over here. So I'm seeing a lot of mirroring that you guys are very much feeling similarly. How they feel is that they want to keep their eye on the horizon. They want to move forward. They have something right now to work on, and when they can work through that, it's like they want to come towards you and go towards a union. So it looks like you're both coming together, but in different ways. For you, I think you're taking literal steps in the physical world to see this person. And that doesn't mean you're communicating with them. That just means you're doing a lot of self-work. You're moving forward in life. It's like you're trying to meet them in the future. So you're moving forward into the future. Another way to put that is time can move forward and you can always stay stuck in the past. So you're not staying stuck in the past. You're literally moving to the future. So long as you do that, I'm just getting you're gonna see this person in the future. And then same with the other person. So they are staying put is how they feel. But even so, it's like it's as if they are already in the future, waiting for you to get there as well. So nobody's waiting in their own situation. You're both moving forward, but you're both also coming together in due time. With the right amount of time and distance, I see you guys coming together. And once again, how they feel about you is just deep love. They do feel at this present moment, I'm getting that they feel like they can only love from afar for right now. I think with this heartache, with this pain getting healed through, it's like they alone, wow, the Two of Cups, they do feel a vibrational match. You know, this deep love of wanting to come together. I feel like they have an impatient energy about them that wants to come together like this, right here, right now. But the Five of Wands indicates to me that there's conflict when it comes to that. You know, they're still dealing with past heartache, and I feel like they're also caught up in their own social life. And perhaps so are you. Maybe you have more availability to incorporate more energy into your life than they do, or vice versa. But I'm just getting you're both busy for different reasons. It's just not the right time. We are at the end of 2018, so I do see this energy is coming very close to shifting. Like it has been shifting, and I'm just seeing like very soon this energy is all gonna funnel into something rather sweet, a really hopefully, you know, beautiful, happy ending when it comes to this situation. So it seems like you're pretty content with the situation with the Knight of Cups over here. You know, you kind of have faith with the Nine of Wands. You understand this is a lasting connection. So you're content. I feel like you've reached your own conclusion, and I feel like the other person is reaching theirs. They just need to get into alignment with taking specific action, and they know this with the Ace of Swords. Yeah. And then what is this card that I'm seeing? The Two of Swords with the Two of Cups. So yeah, it's kind of at a stalemate. You're both kind of, actually how I'm seeing this is that these two swords indicate you and this other person. You are both actually just now you're both just sliding down like a fun ride that brings you into union. So just keep doing whatever you're doing, and same with the other person, and it really looks like you guys are gonna come into union pretty soon. You know, I know this is a big collective, like many people could be listening to this, so maybe that's not the case 100%, but even so, if you're resonating, this is just a very positive vibration that even if it wasn't with this person, like if you know that this isn't that person, this is indicating like something different, like going separate ways or whatever, then just take these messages as you're still in the vibration to attracting and manifesting this like true love divine partner. And the Page of Swords is right behind it. It's just gonna take time, but ultimately this connection is very powerful. Like, I'm just seeing best friends. This is Six of Cups, which is just two sets of the Three of Cups. So definitely, I feel that for many of you this is resonating, and that you've got more self-work to do, you know, but I feel like you're pretty content with the situation, and the other person, for the most part as well, is pretty content with the situation, whatever the situation may be. In terms of near future of where you guys might be at as an outcome, we get the Ten of Swords, a true ending. So any residual, I want to say, any residual energy left over at this moment is being cleared out. Either whether that's through crying or missing this person, and accepting that it's been a long time or that you haven't seen them for some time. That's a good energy to cycle out, to let that conclude and go into a new beginning for 2019. So the outcome with that ending is, wow, the Ten of Pentacles. This is allowing the past, letting that go so you can come together for the long run. I think it was Mystic Moon who described the Ten of Cups as the short, like, the upcoming, you know, you just reached the happy endings, the conclusion. And then the Ten of Pentacles is like the long run happy ending. So it's like after you've already reached that. So like this is saying in the long run, you know, family, home, the return, you know, coming together. This is all the energy that's coming your way when it comes to the near future with this person. So of course that's going to show in a very funny way depending on your situation, because this is a very long-term card, right? So it's not like you're gonna, like, I don't know, get married tomorrow, but it is like, that is the energy of commitment, which means whether or not you come into union soon or late, this is a committed connection. If you're committed and the other person's committed, it doesn't really matter the distance or the communication to an extent for the time being, because you both have a lot of self-work to do. So let's look at the advice for you when it comes to this person, this situation. And, you know, just, and vice versa for some reason. Just so you kind of hear their advice. The advice that you're probably working with is what I mean. Luck is on your side. Wow. So Spirit's advice is like, luck is on your side. So in terms of what you're doing, it's just kind of like you're in alignment and this is gonna work out. Maybe affirmation, like say like, I'm feeling lucky, and apply that to your daily life or something. So the other person, what they are, what Spirit is providing for them, the advice for them, or what's going, what's guiding them through this is be bold and make the first move. So it does look like it's kind of up to the other person to get, into alignment, these 5 wands, to turn it all into one wand. Ace of Swords, to get very clear and communicate what that is. So pretty much have faith in this person. Luck is on your side. It does look like they're going to be making the first move at this point. And yeah, a final piece of advice is, in terms of you reaching out, I'm just seeing nothing will come of this situation. And what I'm also getting from nothing will come of this situation is that there's nothing for you to do when it comes to this person. You don't have to, you know, when it comes to like love, you don't force love, you know, you don't control it. Love controls you, you know. So it's kind of like making a choice. Do you choose to be controlled by fear or by love? Oftentimes it's both, but I feel like the point of the journey is about letting go of fear and holding on to love. So continue letting go of fear. There is nothing you need to do in terms of making the connection work. Any connection that's going to work doesn't need to be forced into working. You just kind of focus on yourself and it works out. So hope this messages resonate. Sending lots of love and light. Peace out, guys. Okay, so for those of you who chose reading number 2, reading 1 was kind of long. That was pretty cool. I'm going to get started. This is the Amethyst Cluster. we're going to do a few things. We're going to look into how you're feeling about them, how they are feeling about you, and how you like are both feeling about each other. And then we're going to look at some future energy that's upcoming. And then we're going to look at what you guys are doing, or like generally like advice for both of you. All right. So, how you are feeling about this person is the Nine of Swords. You may be experiencing some anxiety with the Nine of Swords. I'm going to clarify this card with the Three of Swords. Okay, yeah, so I feel like you are getting very anxious when it comes to this person. I feel like you have a lot of past issues when it comes to being perhaps left behind, maybe feeling forgotten, or like the amount of care that that you put into this connection that the other person doesn't care as much. That's what I'm getting that you're feeling when it comes to this person. So I'm getting you deeply love this person, and you fear that it might just be you picking up that energy. So let's see how they feel about you. The Three of Wands. So I do see, wow, a lot of mirroring. So you might want to listen to reading 1. I often find that a lot of these readings just kind of do different aspects of the situation. But, you know, you don't have to listen to a different reading. But what I'm getting is that, how they're feeling is that they feel they understand. Like, they do think about you. They do think about this connection. They're aware they turned away from the connection in the physical world, and that they're kind of off on their own. I feel like they see you having fun, like living your life. I feel like outside of this connection as well, you're doing pretty good, because the whole point of these energies, the Three of Swords, the Nine of Swords, is about releasing that. This is the old energy, and we're at the end of December. So chances are you already have a good handle on this energy, and that you've already cleared a lot of it, and you just might be experiencing it at the time of watching this reading. Let's see how else they're feeling about you. The Three of Wands, by the way, is also about planning for the future, planning on manifesting and coming together in the future. But I do see this is about like coming out to play, is what I want to say, because it's like, it's like this person like has like their own. They're like on this cliff, and they're like watching a bunch of people like in the boats, in the water, like everyone's having fun. I can hear like you and others like in the water, like, hey, so and so, like the water's great, and they're like, yeah, maybe another time. Like they've got. I feel like this is a connected energy. They're also anxious about this, but I feel like you have different fears. Maybe they're afraid they're never gonna jump into the pool. They're never gonna maybe reach out or tell you how they feel. And I see that maybe you're afraid they're just never gonna reach out, that you're never gonna maybe see them, stuff like that. And then how else they're feeling about you. Clearly, the Three of Wands is planning, it's preparing for jumping into that pool, preparing for coming together, wanting to see the other person. How else they feel about you is they definitely seem to want to come together. They feel like they are taking the steps. You know how they say like sometimes you have to just jump right into the pool? This is a different situation. This is a person who's gonna like slowly walk down the steps into the pool, or like slowly walk into the beach, into the water. They're not gonna go fast. The Knight of Pentacles is a slow and steady energy. It's one that's very careful. It's an energy that's not gonna drop what they value, and that's you, So they are planning on this, and they are taking the steps they need to heal from their own past issues as well, from their own anxieties. So you're both clearing a lot of your fears and whatnot, is what I'm seeing from this. So that's really, really good. I'm going to extend this farther. This is the kind of connected energy of what you're both sort of feeling. Let's just look at how you're both feeling as individuals, how you are feeling. And this, of course, would apply to them because you are the universe. We are all the universe. So how you feel about yourself is, in turn, how you feel about the connection and the universe. Whether that's through a reflected version or whatever. But anyways, how you are feeling personally, the Ten of Swords. You are feeling the cycle is coming to an end, that something is over, that you are transforming into a new person. And yeah, the Ten of Swords, I think I got this the last reading, and Ten of Swords is just coming out all the time at the end of December. It makes sense. With the moon, how you're feeling right now is transforming. So I feel like in terms of yourself personally, that you do feel like a lot of pain has been lifted, because that is the past. That's like a former version of yourself that is no longer here. You feel like the past you is finally coming to a close, that you're going through this death transition, and the moon is indicating to me that you're going to become a whole new person. 2019 is like really rebirth and like regeneration, and it's like you don't know who you're going to be, but I feel like you're feeling pretty optimistic about it, that it's going to be surrounded by support, fun, love, and friendship and whatnot. And with the moon is, you don't know necessarily that this person is in your 2019, but Spirit says with all these threes, the Three of Cups, Three of Swords, Three of Wands, that down the path of the moon, going down through the darkness and unsure of where you're headed and who you're becoming, you are becoming this person who is going to come together with this other person, perhaps. And if this is about someone who's lost or gone, I feel whatever aspects about them that you will recognize them again in another connection. So this is all win-win. Whether or not this person is someone who can come back in your situation, I do see that ultimately you are guiding yourself to once again, more love, more harmony, more friendship, and in turn, a fresh start with another. And that another can still be the same person, just a transformed person. We're all always transforming. So let's see how they feel personally on their journey. The Four of Wands. Wow, the planning. It does seem like they are planning to take that step into union, into celebration and harmony. So that's how they're feeling personally. Four of Swords. Okay. Wow, yeah. So a lot of this anxiety, I feel, comes from you at this point, and the other person, I feel, when it comes to this connection, that, they haven't communicated this. They've been resting on this thought, but, like, I think to them it's just more like when. They're like, when am I ready to reach out? They seem pretty confident that you are the connection they want, that they want to reach out, perhaps. So right now they're in a resting mode. They're in the Four of Swords mode. They're not going to take action at this exact time, but they are planning for it. So a final card with that, with their meditative thoughts, the Four of Swords. What decision does this kind of, on their personal level, kind of result in? That it does result in direct action. So honestly, I do see them coming forward with some sort of communication in the near future. And this also came out. It's interesting. We got the Three of Wands, the Four of Wands, and then we now have the Five of Wands. So in terms of why they might have not reached out at this point, I think it's just that they're very conflicted. They have a lot of different responsibilities and different parts of themselves that they need to align. So internally they have conflict. So externally they are going to act with that energy. They won't be able to be present with you or perhaps with others. So let's look a bit into the future energy in terms of how you'll be feeling about this connection. This is the upcoming future, how you're feeling when it comes to this person, this connection. The Page of Coins. It looks like you'll be feeling the receptive energy. This is an energy where you receive an offer. The Page of Coins might be about giving. I always get confused, but I do very much see this about receiving an offer, especially with how the card looks to me. So it looks like you're going to hear something and you're going to be like, wow, and very grateful that you heard that. So you are going to, like, of course you appreciate this person, but I'm seeing in the future energy that that really holds strong. And the future energy of them is the Nine of Swords. So it does kind of look like that energy is very much connected. So they still have this fear is probably why they're not fully aligned yet, why they're still in conflict. But I don't think it has to do with you. I think it has to just do with their own situation of how they think about their past, the situations they've gone through, the way they've been treated by their loved ones perhaps, or family members, something along that line. And so as a connection, you know, maybe a part of that is what you pick up on with the anxiety. So chances are you're aware that a lot of anxiety and heartache and stuff that you feel about this person. I think you're an empath. We're all empaths, but I feel like you're aware you're an empath and that you're feeling their sorrow, their heartache, their anxiety. And I think that's a lot of what that Nine of Swords, Three of Swords situation was when it comes to how you feel about this person. So I hope that resonates more than the beginning part of this reading. If that beginning part wasn't resonating for you guys, that's really a lot of kind of what I'm seeing as well. So personally, it looks like they're gonna really be taking in all of that energy. I kind of just want to see what they're gonna do with that. The Empress, this is an energy they are cycling out as the Empress. They're gonna take care of themselves. This is like, I see. So what they're conflicted with is finally recognizing, like, wow, these fears and anxieties, they don't have to be a part of me anymore. I can choose to love myself and say that I'm worthy already as is. And like, so they're feeling good enough. And like, that creates a lot of pain, sorrow, tears coming out, you know, sort of symptoms from like PTSD, traumatic situations is what I get. That's how I resonate with that anyways. That's usually what happens when I'm dealing with my fears. It's like recognizing, oh, like these fears, like I don't want them to be a part of me anymore. Like I actually feel differently about myself, or at least I wish to. And I want to feel worthy of myself and stuff, and worthy of love and who I am, and feel good enough. And so that's what I'm seeing that they are going to be going with. So the connective energy of what you'll be seeing in the future, the two of you together, is the moon. Look at that. Remember how I was talking about how the moon is bringing you on this path together, but you just don't see each other at this present moment because it's dark out in the moon? The connected energy is the moon. You're both blindfolded walking on the same road to intersect. That's awesome. And the Eight of Swords. And so now it's a matter of freeing yourself from feeling stuck and just walking down that path. You feel stuck, you feel like you're not seeing them. It's because it's dark out. You have to walk down the path to get to the end of the path. So if you get caught up in the darkness and feel lost and don't move forward, you're gonna blindfold yourself when it comes to taking actions or freeing yourself from your thoughts. So Spirit is saying you're gonna be freeing yourself a lot from that, and this is just gonna take some time. So yeah, hope that all resonates. And then I'm gonna look at some advice for you, or energy that Spirit wants you to know is happening, or stuff you are doing at this time. Just kind of like a good omen, like, yeah. So let's see what Spirit has to say about that for you. It's this card. Have faith in your dreams. Spirit's advice is have faith in your dreams. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Spirit's advice for the other person is meditate and contemplate. Wow, that's the Four of Swords energy right there. Spirit's advice is like, keep it up. Spirit wants to commend the other person for doing what they're doing. And then connectively, just like what Spirit wants to let you guys know as a relationship, as a fusion. Communication is key. So that's what the two of you need to know when it comes to this connection. Awesome. So hope that all resonates, and I hope you found that helpful. I'm sending so much love and light to you guys. Talk to you all soon. Have a lovely rest of the year. It was a bit spooky seeming, but if you want to hear reading 1, that one was a lot more like optimistic. I feel like reading 1 is like the light, reading 2 is the shadow, and I think reading 3 is going to be the balance more so of what the situation ultimately is gonna form into in the physical world. But who knows? All right, peace out. All right, guys, this is reading number 3. So the way I'm gonna set this up, and this is the clear rock quartz obelisk, whatever this is. The way I'm setting this up is we're gonna look at how you're feeling about them, how they feel about you, how you're both feeling, and then we're gonna look at some future energies of how you're gonna be feeling in the future, the near future, and then with this deck we're gonna be looking at some advice, or just like things that Spirit wants you to know. All right. So how do you feel about this person? Okay. Death, transformation. I feel like you just picked up that they've been transforming. If you've been in separation for some time or not, whatever it is, you see that they've transformed, and if not, you feel it, because this is how do you feel about them. So you feel they're becoming a whole new person. I'm going to look more into how you feel about them. 6 of Wands, you feel like they are, transforming, obviously for the better, There's a very positive energy, so that's how you feel about them. You feel like they've transformed and they are coming out victoriously. So you feel very good about this connection. You feel good about this person. I'm going to look at, in terms of how you feel personally, just in general, like on your own path. 4 of Cups. You feel 4 of Cups energy. You might feel like this is a time to rest. 6 of Swords. Maybe for a time you felt like you weren't able to take much action that made you feel emotionally good. Like, I feel like maybe your body was too tired to keep up with like emotional tasks personally. And then what I'm seeing is that you've been moving through that energy. So maybe right around now, or maybe the last few days, or in the upcoming few days, you're going to be stepping out of this energy of rest and feeling like, wow, I can finally move forward and get back on track with like daily life sort of energy. It's kind of what I'm getting from that. I'm just getting like you weren't able to do as much stuff when it came to emotional offers before, personally, and now you are able to. So that's the energy I get. So hope that resonates. Let's look at how they feel about you. These cards want to come out. 8 of Cups, Chariot, and the 5 of Wands. Oh, okay. So, alright, because I saw the 8 of Cups, I was like, stepping away. So that how they feel about you is conflicted, because emotionally they stepped away, and yet spiritually they still feel you, and they still feel that you're both working together and coming together and moving forward together. So they still feel connected to you. They still feel that you're on the same path. I feel like emotionally they literally walked away, and yet they feel right next to you. They feel the connection. So that's how they feel about you. I hope that wasn't too vague. It's just honestly what I'm getting. And I feel reading 3 is going to be the shorter message of all 3. If you guys would like to see the other ones, readings 1 and 2 were pretty good. Reading 1 was like a very light aspect of everything. Reading 2 was like a dark aspect. And I feel like reading 3 is just going to be like kind of to the point what the situation is, and just like really how they're feeling. And what I'm getting is they're feeling conflicted about you because part of them stepped away, but then like very clearly through the major arcana, like it's like they can't shake this feeling that you're connected and that you're both putting in the self-work, which on your end, I'm seeing that, and on their end, seeing that as well. They're healing a lot from the past, and the world. Wow, yeah. So things have really come full circle. Personally, they have reached the end of something. They feel very achieved when it comes to their own like spiritual journey. So maybe they've healed a lot and have forgiven themselves or individuals or the universe, forgiven something and really worked on healing from something. So this looks like how they feel about themselves personally. So that's a very positive energy to me, indicating why they feel they're moving forward with you, because they are healing, and that's pretty much what they needed to do for this connection, and obviously for themselves. You know, it's like, of course it's ourselves that matter. We need to take care of ourselves. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. And so that's the kind of energy I get in terms of feelings. In terms of, let's use this as like future action. So what kind of future action might you see from this person? The Wheel of Fortune, Destiny, wow. And then the Six of Cups is on the back. So connectively, I feel you guys, the action is you come together when the time is right. There's going to be a moment. It doesn't have to be a specific moment, but it's just like the flow, you know, the flow of everything with the Wheel of Fortune. It's like you're going to feel things out. You're going to go on your own path. This is the connected energy, I'll say. And then what you'll be doing, Ace of Wands, ideas inspired to show the other person something. You're excited. So the future feelings is excitement, a new beginning, a fresh start. For the other person, the Five of Swords. So they're going to be going through a whole different situation of trying to figure out how to communicate, is kind of what I get from that. To clarify it, is the Knight of Coins. Yeah, because of the moon, the mystery. This time around, I feel like there's a cycle that's been going on, and it's just this person's way of doing things is mysterious, secretive, slow and steady. So I feel like you're going to hear from this person, and it's going to be a little bit slow and steady. And I feel like your new idea is like, okay, let's actually try to compromise and go slow and steady. Maybe in the past, you didn't go super slow and steady. And so I'm seeing in the future energy, there's a way for you and this person both to be in the flow, but to still do things the way that you both do things. Temperance, healing. This is, wow, with the Two of Cups. Because you've learned a lot about yourselves, you've learned a lot about each other. You learn why you do things the way you do. You learn why the other person does things the way that they do. So, Spirit is saying, you know, we all change, we all transform, but their way of looking at this, they're still gonna be in a similar energy mindset. But once again, this is a new journey, so they're gonna be in a similar mindset, and they're gonna do some similar things. So Spirit is wanting you to know that, and I feel like you're gonna pick up on that, and you're gonna probably do things differently. But it looks like the future energy is this. It's coming together. This just looks like a happy ending to me. So that's the energy I get. And then, advice for you, advice for this person, and just advice the two of you should hear as a connection, as a relationship. If you were like in a room together, like if someone was to give advice to both of you at the same time. So for you, the advice is your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, so Spirit is saying like the slow energy, the slow and steady energy, the not rushing into things is your new idea. So Spirit's advice is, you know, when the time comes that you hear from this person, perhaps, that go slow and steady. Maybe in the past you went really, really fast, or you tried to match the vibration of going that pace, but you like still things came out. And I think that was just the past fear and stuff. Reading number 2 really talks about that. So I think it was a lot of reading number 2 that explains why you might have acted quickly in the past. And so it looks like since you've cycled that out and transformed, both of you have, you're going to be able to match the vibration and the way, the dance the kind of flirtation of what your guys' connection is much better. And then their advice is bring love into the situation. So it does look like their advice and what they may be doing, because chances are this is what you are ready to be doing, and are doing. And that's probably why suddenly this is taking off and you're like moving, I think it's because you are getting more practical with your planning abilities. You're creating more guideline for yourself of how to get to your goals, to your dreams. Maybe you're trying to be more independent, and get more things for abundance and for your life. So you're like figuring, you just all of a sudden found sources of either income or like, oh, that's a good place to shop at, or this or that. I'm just using myself as an example because I found this really good website. It's called Brandless, I think, BRANDLESS. Everything on the website is all online, and it's all $3, and it's all like organic and just like what it says it is. So it's like food, like personal necessities, like cleaning supplies and stuff, and it's all like good for the environment and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty great. And then, anyways, Spirit's advice for the two of you is believe in the impossible. Wow. And I just want to look at the back. Take time to breathe out. So any fear, any worry you might have about this connection, Spirit wants you to just let it out and just meditate and believe. Just believe in the impossible. The worst that can happen is you get a different outcome, because look at how much your life has grown. You're going to be fine no matter what happens with this connection. So Spirit wants you to just let go of that fear and to just believe. Just absolutely believe that love conquers all. That, let go of being controlled by fear and let go of all of that. Surrender that, so then you will be controlled by love. And that is how you are truly loved. That's how you will be in control of yourself, by being controlled by love. Hope that makes sense. All right, so that's reading number 3. Really, really cool. Hope you guys all enjoyed this. If any of you watched readings 1, 2, and 3, hope they all connected and all made sense. Thank you all so much for being here. This was a cool reading. Normally I wouldn't do this one because, I don't know, whenever I'm guided to do readings, I'm like, how's my day going? And then I just like go off of that. So it's really cool getting suggested readings. So if you guys want to recommend any others, definitely feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'll definitely consider it. Peace out, guys. Take care.